When you first discover that your companion is involved with pornography or other unwanted sexual behaviors, it's normal to enter into a period of denial to block the pain and devastation. Many experience a very legitimate and overwhelming sea of negative emotions. It can be very difficult to know exactly how to handle all of this. The first step you must take is realizing that your partner's unwanted sexual behaviors are not about you. To help you fully accept this fact, you must first realize that pornography and other destructive sexual outlets create a literal chemical addiction, negatively affecting the brain in a way very similar to cocaine and other illicit street drugs. Pornography and other unwanted sexual outlets are powerful because they take advantage of and tap into intense emotional, biological, and chemical connections throughout the brain and the entire body. During sexual process, the brain begins narrowing its focus as it releases a tidal wave of endorphins and other neurochemicals like dopamine, norepinephrine, oxytocin, and serotonin. These natural drugs produce a tremendous rush or high. When these chemicals are released during healthy sexual intimacy in a long-term committed relationship, they provide wonderful benefits between partners. When they are released during pornography use and other illicit sexual activities, these neurochemicals can create severe addiction and many other negative consequences in the brain and nervous system. Now you know why we refer to pornography use and other unwanted sexual outlets as substance abuse. In fact, the neurochemical release triggered by these sexual behaviors can be so intense, many scientists refer to them as an erototoxin. Many would agree that we live in the most stressful time in the history of the world. There are more than enough pressures to push us to seek escape through many forms of self-medication, both healthy and destructive. Unfortunately, hundreds of millions of struggling individuals across the world are turning to a variety of sexual outlets as their drug of choice, in an attempt to cope with the stress and pressures of life. As you can now see, the triggers and motivations for pornography use and other sexual outlets are very similar to the underlying causes that lead people to alcoholism, drug abuse, and other addictions. Imagine a woman with a heroin-addicted husband declaring, "If only I was more sexually responsive, if I kept a cleaner house, if I lost some weight, my husband would stop using drugs." Of course, that's ridiculous, and so is blaming yourself for your companion's pornography use or other inappropriate sexual behaviors. It would not matter how attractive, sexually responsive, or adventurous you are, you would still not be able to heal your partner's chemical addiction. Only they can do that. One of the most greatest examples illustrating this point comes from famous celebrities in the news. Some of the most attractive people in the world have partners who still choose pornography and other sexual outlets for self-medication. So as you help your companion progress on their recovery journey, always keep in mind that their addiction is not about you. Even though your companion may try to shift personal responsibility and blame on your shoulders, please know that their addiction is not your fault. This knowledge will help you push through many of the negative emotions you are feeling and focus instead on being your companion's recovery partner. As you begin this process, please realize that everyone is different and has their own unique personal background and past history as a couple. You may not feel completely ready to support your partner in their recovery. You may need time to process through your own emotional issues and grow into becoming your companion's recovery partner. That's okay, as long as you realize that your partner's success will increase dramatically with your support. So try to evolve into supporting your partner one day and one step at a time. You may struggle with powerful thoughts like, "This is his problem and he's going to have to solve it on his own," or "She got herself into this mess, she can get herself out." While these thoughts are understandable, they offer no value to your partner's recovery process or the healing of your relationship. This attitude will also keep you stuck on a roller coaster ride of negative emotions. So be a support at a level and pace that makes sense for you, but be a support. In the student training, we strongly emphasize the fact that just as your partner needs support, your partner must also be willing to support you. Recovery is a partnership, not a one-way street. But keep in mind, in the early stages of recovery, a struggling individual must expend an enormous amount of energy and focus to begin breaking free of their unwanted behaviors. This process can be all-consuming, and for the first while, your partner not be able to give you the support you need and deserve. You need to establish reasonable boundaries and avoid being a doormat, but you also should be patient while your partner moves through the initial stages of recovery. Be kind to yourself. Be kind and patient with each other. Keep talking and sharing the best you can, and just keep moving forward at whatever pace is doable. There will be some stumbles and setbacks. These are a normal part of the process. Just keep your eyes fixed on a positive future. Together you will make it through the tough times, and you'll be better, closer and stronger because of the journey. And if by chance your partner decides not to continue on their recovery journey, you can still emerge from the experience with the peace of mind, self-worth, and emotional strength you need to move forward.